Okay, it's late at night, so let's do this.
Let's take a look at the survival section of this book. Depending on the nature of the campaign, you could probably play with these rules if you want, but if you've played any of the Fallout games before, you know these. Fatigue, hunger, thirst, sleep, exposure, full disease table, with side effects causing you to have disadvantage or advantage, and how to recover from all of this. If you really wanted to play it like Fallout, they recommend the rules. If not, you don't really have to. Come on. It just adds in more complications. Like legit complications for the game. Not like, oh no, this game sucks now. Or like things that your character's gonna have to do. Scavenging is straightforward, simple. You can check the room or scene, doing perception and survival, and it takes X amount of time to search the whole room. As for example, the remaining part of this chapter is basically talking about inhabitants, obstacles, and hazards. We have animals, feral ghouls, raiders, super mutants, and robots. Mechanical locks, electrical locks, collapsed structures. If you hear a loud buzzing, it's because I got fans running in the background. Sorry. For hazards, we basically have ongoing hazards and occasional. Basically, sum up that section is if you have Tosh's Cauldron of Everything, it's basically those new features they added in for world building. More spice to your campaign. The loot table. I'm going to skip this because you already know what's going to be here. Just roll 2d20s and I'll tell you what you get. Rinse and repeat. Over and over and over, and it's basically it. However, junk, though, can be used for crafting. If you played Fallout 4, you kind of know where this is going. You kind of already know where this is going. First things first, making a repair. You need intelligence plus repair. Of course you do have that, because you're Mr. Handy, right? What about recipes? Common recipes are known to everyone as standard. Iguana on a stick, common to make. You need a survival check. 2 complications. Materials needed is 1 common material and iguana bits. Uncommon is purchased. Alright, I got a microphone, so let's make this better. And continue right where we left off. Uncommon recipes are learned by purchasing certain perks while advancing the character. Rare recipes can only be learned from a specific person or finding a copy of the recipe written down. These only become available at the GM's discretion and may grant as a reward or found as a note as a holotape while scavenging. You can basically get recipes for certain things out there, which kind of opens up the door to like creating more stuff. Each recipe has a complication. While attempting to craft an item, it requires a skill test using your intelligence plus whatever skill listed. The difficulty rating is going to be the complication minus your rank in that skill, minimum to 0. If the test is 0, you choose the success without rolling. Crafting an item takes an hour, or you can half it by spending 2 AP. So think a skill check, but it's going to take longer to create an item. Antibiotics. It's uncommon, you're going to need your intelligence plus science, and you need the perks for complications, and these are the ingredients you'll need. Straightforward and simple, right? So going through the book, brush through core rules, combat, equipment, survival, you have game mastering, character creation, and the pre-module that they gave us. This part we're going to discuss the other chapters that I didn't just click on. First things first, corporations of pre-America. If you've never played a Fallout game, this basically gives you businesses and people that were around pre-war. Red Rocket. Side note, you can actually buy a Red Rocket for like 70 bucks American. You know I am. If I can make a bunch of these guys, you know I am. Give you the company name, after the war, how to use them in your game. Poseidon Energy, Dubwick Border, LLC, ArcJet Systems, General Atomic International, Halogen Inc., MedTech, the Nuka-Cola Corporation, Pulaski Preservation Services, Robo Industries, Tuberous Comics, U.S. Robotics Disposal, Super Duper Mart, Institute, West-Tech. If you don't know these locations, they do actually give you stuff. Quest seeds. Okay, so I got cut off halfway, so we're going to continue a little bit further, just a little bit. Picking up right where we left off, quest seeds. If you can't think of a quest to use this area for, this is basically just a giveaway. Real thing, a brand new bottle of Nuka-Cola are floating the market. Nobody knows where they're from. Nobody knows why. That should entice your players to play it. Yeah, I didn't finish all of it, but yeah. But what about New Vegas locations? Did you forget this is supposed to be Commonwealth? Did say they probably will bring out New Vegas stuff later on, but they do make a nod to it, see? Bottles of Somerset Sarsaparilla are common in the West. So all this section is just here to brainstorm. Okay, we're moved on to Vault-Tec. Why is Vault-Tec getting its own section? Funny you should ask. Say hello to your dungeons. Most of this section is going to explain what a vault is and all the other vaults. If you've played Fallout 4, you kind of know these vaults. For example, let's take a look at Vault 111. They're going to give you the history of the experiments going on in the vault, and then they're going to tell you how to
added into your game. Instant recovered some of the frozen individuals locked inside Vault 111. Who else is inside? What do they know? Or what can they do? It might change life on the surface forever. Let's use this moment to say, hey, what if we wake up Nick or Noah? Instead of us playing Nick or Noah, we could actually be helping them find Sean. Food for thought. If you're thinking of making your own though, they kind of help you out too. All in all, the vaults are very customizable. They're like little dungeon crawls. You could even get a Garden of Eden. And the next section is the Commonwealth. However, most of these places really just give you the description and nothing more. Some places like Lexington will actually give you like side quests. Previously in the Commonwealth, Lexington, side quests. So I scrolled through this whole entire thing, and you got most of the locations you could think of, like Diamond City, you know, the airport. They'll give you like notable locations too. They really help you flesh out like your Commonwealth, not just Bethesda's Fallout 4 Commonwealth, your Commonwealth. But you mean to tell me you have this and you're not gonna let me do this? Are you serious? This is like my favorite mission in Fallout 4. I feel like I'll get a lot of questions on this part to see what we could do in the Commonwealth. Like if you're a huge fan of Nick, you can actually go talk to him and get him to join your party. And maybe you can get Piper too. Maybe go check out the dugout. Hubert's Comics does not have the Conan mission. What? You can get Hancock from Good Neighbor, come on. And yes, they give you generic locations to make your own and a common encounter table. Quick side note before we continue, Commonwealth plots basically gives you ideas on how to do your overarching campaign. Again, they give you stuff to brainstorm ideas. When we get to the game mastering section, I might spoil some fun. Maybe drop in a few more hints.